Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome back to Along the Kiel Canal for episode number 4. We've moved forward into October the 1st. Worker J has completed. What? Worker J, what? Have I got a worker? Oh, yeah. Okay. The worker doing the... Why did that only come up now? A worker doing the rolling. I thought that was well finished because I was doing contracts. That's strange. Anyway, we're in October 1st. And yeah, we've moved on. I done a full day in the second day. I done 3 cultivation contracts after I'd done the stone picking one I left off on. And it took quite some time to get through them. But I can't understand why that just came up now. Maybe it was stuck in something or I don't know. It's done now anyway. I hope it didn't charge me 3 days worker fees. Anyway, we're back along the Kiel Canal, and I behaved myself after I finished the episode because there was stuff came up in the second-hand market that I could have bought and got me 20% discount. And I said, no, I should have waited to sign off at the end of the month, really, and done it then, and I didn't. So I'll take the hit this time and learn from experience. What it was is a Bailey trailer, and yeah, it would have been nice to get the fuel bob off. I would have saved $4,500, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. We done quite good out of the contracts we were doing. Okay, so we're in October, and that means another round of random event. Now, I did do it already, knowing I was coming into the episode, and we have the results here, and let's have a look. As you can see, it wasn't as kind to me this time. We rolled the number 4, and number 4 was... double the fuel price. Fuel scarcity, and fuel has gone up in price for the month. And I like the way it really does this. All fuel purchases in October are 2 times the normal price. Existing fuel is already in your tank, which means I should put down the tank on the yard. That'll save me having to get hit with those costs instead of just using the filler I have on the cabin over there. And it's to get you to use less tractors, to use less diesel. This is the idea behind it. Contract work may be more expensive unless you use the contractor's equipment, which I already said last month anyway, that I'd probably consider doing that. So, yeah, we've gotten hit there with a nice whammy. And no doubt, yeah, it's not too low in fuel. Yeah, this field had to have been finished because the barley is actually growing in it. Or the wheat, barley we put in. How do we need a weeder? Like, we ploughed this field. Tell me this, how do I need a weeder? We actually ploughed it. There should be no weeds in it. Maybe it's a map thing. That's why, we subsoiled it, you know. It still gave it a ploughed state, but it didn't do the weeds. Okay, that's a learning curve on that. Yeah, what are we going to do? We have contracts to do, and I think we might put a couple of sheep in the sheep pen if the meadow grass is okay. We won't have our grass on next month, so if I do put them in, I'd only put 50 in, maybe something small like that, just to get something going up there. Just going to bring this back to the yard. I'm not going to put any days in it unless we need to use the tractor. We don't have any work to do on our fields this month, so we're going to just look at what contracts we have. We'll have grass to do next month. We're only on stage 3 of 4 now on the field we sowed. So we'll have that to cut next month, and that'll go towards making our silage. And that's what we need to do. We need to put down a bunker because we're going to put the silage in a bunker rather than baling it and wrapping it and all of that. We're going to do our silage that way. We'll need to do some of that field for hay, so we're going to need to lease the equipment for that. And yeah, we're kind of going to have to think about these things before we actually charge in and start doing things, because we'll need to lease equipment to do the work, because we don't have a tether or a windrower. We don't even have a mower. So that's all stuff we're going to have to consider. Now, park this here. Let's just knock that off. Didn't knock it off. Let's jump into the second-hand market, see is there anything there that would be of any benefit to us. Let's see. No, nothing at all. Lime, there's not many. How many is there? Just the one. We don't really need it. Do a trailer that spreads manure and lime maybe, or just even just manure on its own. I'd like that if it was the bigger capacity, 50,000, but we need a truck for it then. We don't really need the trailer. It just means converting the bed trailer back. That's all, or the flatbed. Not even a bed trailer, it's just a flatbed we're using as. That just does manure as well. Just being cautious going through everything here that I'm not missing out on stuff. That's a slightly bigger Isera. And that's it. I have one of them trucks. They're really handy. So there's nothing there of any benefits to us. Let's see. Contracts. Tell you what, before we do contracts, let's go and where's our sheep farm? I haven't visited. I don't think the chickens have given us anything yet. No, I only put babies in, so we're not going to get any eggs yet. Where are they at anyway? Food-wise, they're okay. So they've used 5,000 litres over the month. Okay, that's nice to know. And we have 7,000 litres in meadow here. You know what? Let's have a look. We'll go with Swiss Brown Mountain. We'll put 50 in. What'll 50 cost us? Let's see. We've no trailer to actually, I don't know where the animal dealer is anyway. We have a big job probably delivering them across the map. 11,500. We'll stick that in there. Okay. Now, contracts. There's only a stone picking contract. We don't have the picker. It's gone back. So we'll have to wait until they populate a bit more and see what comes up. There will be other stuff will come up. Let's get back to the farm. Is there anything we have to do here? Kind of just left that out in the yard, but everything else is put away. The trailer, all the fertilizer, lime, all that. I tidied all that up with the loader and got it all tidied up, left the trailer there. There's nothing really we need to do here. We've everything we can do until the contract comes up. So, tell you what we'll do. We'll sleep for 2 hours and see that we have something we can do, get our teeth into. Tell you what, we'll bring it up to 10:30. See that we get more than just what we had. Wages payment. Why have we got wages payment? You know, it must have just been when we came in that said contract finished. But I don't understand that because I did do the 3 cultivation contracts. It took quite a while to get through them, but the fields were together, and I don't understand that. I really don't. Anyway, it is what it is. Now, we only work cultivation field 30, cultivation field 32. Stone picking, harvesting cotton. It's not worth it. I'm just looking at the price. What economy am I on? Should be on hard economy. Economy hard, yeah. Okay, maybe it's just the cotton harvester's not that expensive. Okay, what have we got in this? 5.6 meters, 200 horsepower. Going into check here now. So I might as well do that so there's no going back. 26,000. What size is the field? The field is 47 acres. We're going to start on this where we're going to take the equipment and there we go. And we're going to do it with their equipment because our cultivators, looking at this one now, it's not that much smaller. I think this one's about 8 meters. Maybe 9. And we're going to get going with our contracts anyway and see if there's anything else. We're literally just going to have probably 5 contracts this month. And that's it. We're not going to have any work ourselves. Now, what field are we on? 32, which is 32 is... we need to go crossing the ferry. I'm after unfolding it. Stop. We need to go crossing the ferry, so it'll take a little bit of time to get up there. And yeah, we're going to do the work ourselves rather than paying someone. Whatever about if I do another contract, if I've two together, I might put a worker on one while I do another. But as I said, I'm going to just take the equipment on each one individually, whereas I could effectively take this cultivator and go and do another cultivation contract. But no, I don't want to be taking one cultivator and doing 5 contracts with it. We'll take the hit on the equipment, and the other thing too, as I said, it means we can put a worker on one of them. Let me get this started. I'll bring you back in when I have some of it done. Get the headlands done anyway first, and then I'll see if there's anything else come up that we're going to put a worker on. Working away on this, I stopped for a bit. I have a worker over in the other field there. You can see him doing the cultivation contract there. I stopped to bring him over as well and get him going while I do this. So I haven't got a lot done, just finishing the first headland here. And we've 8% done with one headland done. It shows you how big the field is though. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time for this to be done. I wonder, does he have seagulls chasing him? Let's take a look. Where is he? Here we go. He has no seagulls. I got the seagulls. I was just wondering whether there was seagulls going to be chasing him too, since they're chasing me. So anyway, yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to do. I'm looking at my options for down the road for cultivation, for let's say a bigger cultivator. Now we can jump in here while I was in here having a look. What can we go with that's big? Like, I mean, that's 18 meters, but it requires 630 horsepower. But like if we go with 320, 8.4, 300 horsepower, 6, like that'd be the better option because it's 8.4. This one here requires 320. Oh, and that does 20 kilometers an hour. Oh, so the Great Plains would be, I kind of skipped over that when I was going through them. And that is 95,000. So maybe that's our option for a cultivator going forward. I did say I want to try equipment I haven't used for a long time. Like, I mean, I had been using this quite a bit. 8 meters, 18 kilometers an hour. Yeah, look, it's a nice piece of equipment to use, but I want to get back to using the stuff I was using before that actually came to Mod Hub and just try some different things. That's what the whole thing is about. Like even the likes of this cultivator I have on this, just to try different things, basically, and that's it. So we'll keep in mind, better make a mental note of that, and better even write down Great Plains cultivator 320, which I think our Fent, it does have that power, or is not far off it. We can bring our Fent up a bit anyway. But what's our target? Our target, guys, is we're not worrying about, I've done that again with the contracts. We're more concerned, let's get this guy turned and then I can tell you what our target is. Our target is, I think it's 220 plus 50 over, let's say. So 270 grand in the bank, so we can buy that grass field that I said I want to buy. Now, leave him there and we can jump back into the map. Field number 8, which is near the farm. It's grass at the moment, so we can buy that 212. And then I want to have 50 grand over for everyday things when we do spend the money. I don't want the money to go right down. We'll get grass out of this probably this time and even in springtime. Hopefully we'll have that field by then and we can put a crop in there. And that'll be another field in our portfolio. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I don't want to just spend the whole time doing contracts. I want to try and get fields in. I want to try and get animals in. I want to have other work to do. We also need, before I spend any money on the field, I need to, probably the first thing I need to concentrate on is a silo, a bunker silo, so we can make our silage. So what I'll do now is I'll just work away on this. I'm not going to, I'll pick something out while I'm working away on this, because we've got long lines where I can just go browsing in the menu and pick something out, and I'll bring you back in then when we're going to place that silo. At least then we know where our money stands and what we're looking for then moving forward. Keeping conscious all the time that we're going to have to lease the equipment to do the grass work next month, so we can't go loan all our money. We're going to have to hang on to some money so we can lease equipment to actually do our grass work. And then once we get our grass work, then we'll get our silage, our TMR into our cow building, and we can stick 50 cows in there as well and make a start on that end of it. We could also throw a few beef cows in and leave them there too, and let them mature and sell them off when they reach maturity. So we've plenty of options with that barn. It holds 400 and something in total cattle. We're not going to put 400 whatever plus cows in. We'll do a mixture in it. Anyway, I'll keep going with this, and yeah, I'm going to have a browse through the bunkers, and yeah, I'll be bringing you back. We'll get a bunker down in the yard for silage. I was wondering how the AI worker overtook me. He's on 81%, he's miles ahead of me, but the field is much smaller. I think we've 47 acres in this field. 47, and he has 28. A little bit of a difference. I kind of wonder why he overtook me. He getting through it pretty quick. I did pick out a bunker, and we'll do that when these are finished. We'll put it down in the yard. It's a covered silage bunker, as in it's kind of in a shed. Now, I do want to make some changes to the yard. The yard is just pure concrete. But like a lot of yards would not be concrete. In reality, there'd be a lot of gravel and stuff like that. So we'll have a look at that too. We might just do a little bit of redesign here and there. And if we might still keep the odd track concrete, and just, we'll see. We'll play around with it a bit anyway. But yeah, this is going to take another bit of time to do. It's kind of a stripy field since I got the headlands done. We'll go the whole way up and then work our way back and see how much is left. But the other one's got to be finished well before me anyway. But we persevere. We'll keep going. Getting close to the end on this one. The other one's long finished. And yeah, we're going to have a look then and see about putting down that bunker. We'll collect the two and see what money we have. So that's 2 out of the 5 done. It looks like there's going to be, well, I suppose the overall context, when you look how big the field is, what's left there is not a lot really. You kind of look at it and you kind of say, well, there's loads left still to do, but I just do the second line just makes it easier. Turning on the headland is much easier to get lined up and not miss a little bit of each corner. And yeah, we're nearly there. 99%. Keep in until it goes to 100. There we go. And we're going to collect the two of them. So it's about 40,000 between both of them. And I'm standing in a field. I like that. Just over 40,000, 40,700. Let's get back to the yard. Okay, bunker silos. Yeah, I picked one out. This one. It's more kind of British looking than anything else, and I was thinking of putting it here and leaving enough room that if we want to put another one in, we can get one in beside it. Now, just conscious of the trees. I hate the trees poking through the back. And we're not stuck for space. So maybe we just plonk that down there. And you see what I mean? We can put a second one right beside it if we do need one at a later date. Doesn't tell you how much it holds. on the actual construction menu. It doesn't tell you it holds X amount or whatever. Just want to close by. We can use a wheel loader or whatever to take the silage out of there, drop it in here. That would be the intention down the road. We're going to be easy enough with hay now to put it in. When we collect it off the field with the forage wagon, we'll just tip it in. We've only got a quarter of the straw that it actually holds in, so there's loads of space in it. And we're not going to put any animals in until we're ready with our supplies. We have the one bunker down. We'll see how it goes when we're filling it up. When it gets near full, then we can consider putting another one right beside it. The yard seems to have a concrete kind of finish. Now, it's actually okay when you look at it. I did have a look at it again. It's very repeated pattern. That's the only thing. We can break that up. I was kind of thinking, if I was to put down a little bit of, I'm just going to save it before I do anything else. After placing that bunker, I don't want to mess things up. I haven't looked at the ground textures at all on this map. We just have our usual asphalt and cracked cement, lighter, different colour cements, dirt, medium, dark. Like gravels, we have gravel, then we have gravel dirt, and that's it. We don't have the gravel small. Okay, we don't have an awful lot of textures. That's why kind of, you could kind of pick an area where you say, right, you have your main areas that would be concrete, and then, I don't know, might just leave it as it is for the time being. Anyway, what are we going to do? Is there more contracts there? There is more contracts there. And I keep going back onto this menu. I don't know why. I keep going on to that instead of on the categorized one. What can we do other than ploughing? No, I don't want to use our own plough. Subsoiler will not give us a ploughed state. Look at that. 78,000. That's a huge field. 146 acres. Not in your life. Wouldn't even consider it. Number 18 is 34. We need the bigger stone picker to do that. And then we're into fertilization. And 17 must be nearest. It is, yeah. Big field though, it's 51 acres. So material cost 5,600. That's going to cost us too much. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We have our bunker down. I'm going to have a think about these contracts. Probably move forward into the second day, and then we'll have a look and see if there's anything else come up. Pushed on into the next day, and I have a few contracts. There's no way I'm doing this contract and this tractor myself, so I'm putting a worker on it. Just got to leave him on it, let him work away. I have another cultivation contract which involves a versatile, so we're going to get him over to 38. It's a bit of a chore to get to 38. We have to go across the ferry, and of course I didn't bring the ferry back because it was I went across it, but then I finished up the contracts on the far side. So let me show you. 38 over here. Now, I suppose if I go down and across this way and up, that's probably the best way. Okay, we'll do that. And we're going to do 14 ourselves. We'll do 14, which is the cotton harvest. We'll do that. Now, between them, they're worth quite a chunk of change, but they're going to take some time to do. I just got to start them off. I'm going to let them go. I'll do the cotton one myself. I'll just let them work away. And pay the wages. That's all we can do. Like the other Ford took me forever to get down. It's only 24 kilometres an hour road speed. This feels like it's going mega fast, even though it isn't, because the other tractor was just so slow. But yeah, I'll get it. We turn at this one, isn't it? Yeah. Turn at this one, follow around. Yeah. Take a bit of time to get this on the field. We're going to just let workers do the work. We're not pushed for time. We'll let them work away. I was very tempted. There's a harvest contract worth 100 grand. And I think I'm actually passing by the field. I think it's field number 14. No doubt I'm going to crash now. That one there, yeah, field number 14. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this big field, the biggest field on the map. 100 grand plus whatever you get. And it says it's going to take 11 hours to do. Well, not that mad. Huge field. It's to transport 170,000 litres, I think, or mad amount of litres. Anyway, let me get these started off. Let me get them working away, and then maybe we'll be moving forward in this episode as well, so we can get our silage, grass cut and all that into there. Maybe we won't. We'll see how we're doing for time. I'm not going to make the episodes very long, but just to keep you in touch with what we're actually doing in each episode. This cotton contract better pay out quite a bit in profit. How many bales have we got? Will it tell me? Hold on. We've dropped 4 bales so far. We haven't dropped more than 4, have we? No, 1, 2. There's 2 over there. There's 1 back behind me, and whatever's in it. We nearly have a full one in it. It's just they're very slow, but I kind of knew that. The 2 other contracts are both finished, so we're done with our contracts for this month. So it's 18,000 plus whatever bonus we get. It says we have to deliver 80,000 litres. How much is in a bale? I can't remember. Is it 10,000 in a bale? I mean, no, now we're nearly full. Yeah, it must be. So it'd be 8 bales altogether. So I'm trying to judge. Yeah, it says 49%. So it'd be 30% of the field still to get harvested. So yeah, it's got to be. Yeah, we've still got quite a bit to go. Like, the other 2 contracts are done. I put the workers on them now. The rain is due in at 6 o'clock, I think. So we're grand. We'll get it done before then, but it really is slow going now. Anyway, I'll get stuck into this and keep going. The dog is barking to get in. I have to go and let her in, or she'll just keep barking outside the door. We're on the last run, finally. These 4X maps are a killer. They do work in the fields, especially when you pick a cotton harvest. The field didn't look all that big. I suppose I looked at it on the map and thought, yeah, it looks okay, but and needless to say, it's a 4X, so the field was big. We have 8 bales, as you can see, out of the baler. So we nearly have, we're going to make quite a decent amount of profit with, like, if you look at it there now, we're just coming up on 9,000 in the main chamber, and like, given that we've 8 bales out, which is 10,000 litres in each one, it says we deliver 80, we're going to have nearly a full bale in our bonus. So we're doing quite well. We're up to 198. I know it feels good. We're getting close to that 212, but we got to spend money next month. We got to spend money on either lease equipment or buy equipment. Okay, we'll have contracts to do, but they will drop off. That's the thing. Now, this is the last little bit. This is the bit we wanted. Yeah. If we had done that bit first, we would have been finished hours ago. Now, let's knock that off and let's see, can we get rid of it? I had problems unloading this before. We're going to end up with 2 bales. Okay, that's going to annoy me now because I didn't unload the pre-chamber first. And there is a way of doing it. I've done it before and unloaded the pre-chamber. I know I got it out before. I was left with 400 litres in it. I was left with it before. I'm not going to keep you while I figure this out. I know this happened to me before. It took me a while to figure it out. Yeah, we got it out, but it just made me a very small bale, the last one. I don't mind. It just means we have 10 bales now instead of 9, which would have meant 3 trips. Okay, now. So we're going to have 4 trips. This thing only holds 3 bales, isn't it? I can't remember. Yeah, it only holds 3. There we go, that's it. We get the ones down the end of the field first. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get all these bales picked up and delivered. I'll bring you in for the last one. Yeah, we're not going to do anything else in this episode. Only get this final bit of work done for this contract. And we're going to be moving on then. The next episode we'll get our silage and hay done and that, because it kind of went on a bit more doing the contract work. I think we're up to around about over 30 minutes in the episode already, so I'm trying to shorten them down a little bit instead of not going to do another hour long episode, because we probably won't fit in everything we want to in the next episode in a half an hour. So with that in mind, we're just going to be keeping an eye on the clock as we do them. There's nothing else down here, only this one. I think it's 3 we'll get on it, and then we need to go to... Now, the other thing I can do is get my case tractor with the loader and get my bale trailer, flat bed trailer, and load there'll be 6 bales. I get them on my own trailer, which will only mean 1 trip down here, 1 trip back up. So I might do that when I deliver this. I might just use the case and just load the bales on and bring them up. I know it'll probably struggle a bit on the way up, but still. I'm kind of counting going, is there? Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's 2 bales there together. I was missing one. I was hiding behind the other one. That's okay. Now, here we go. And we need to fold you. Once you open out, we can fold you back up. Ah, no. Do not. Tip. I hit the wrong button. Abort. I'm not putting transport mode. It's not giving me the option for transport mode. I hit the button for putting in transport mode and it's only giving me unload. Okay, I'm going to have to... you don't drive all the way like that. Hold on. Are we full? We are full. They should be able to fold that in. Because we've a long way to go with that sticking out. Like we have to go all the way up to, where is it? There. We're down here. So we have to go across here and all the way up around that road to get to there. It's quite a long drive. But that will not fold in. It's just giving me the option to unload the bales. I don't know. I don't know why it won't fold. Anyway, let me get up. I spend a lot of time here just babbling on about not being able to fold up the trailer. I made that more painful than it needed to be. The class was a little bit under pressure trying to load up the bales weight-wise. Even with the weight on the back, it was bouncing. Okay, right, we've that done, and I didn't turn the lights off on this. Now we can unload. Couldn't get the fold. Still in transport mode. Let's see what we get on this. Whoa, 15,000. Over 15,000, nearly 16. We got on the environmental score on top of it. That was what I call worthwhile putting in the hours for that. And then we'll collect this. So we're up to 232. Pretty decent money. Now, it took a long time. Okay, what are we going to do? We're not doing anything with that money now. What we're going to do is we're going to jump forward to the next day. We're going all the way to 1530. I'm going to check the second-hand market so that I don't buy something in between episodes. We'll have a look and see. Is there anything there that we need to buy? And then we're going to call it for this episode because that's our 5 contracts done. I'm sorry there was nothing else, but that's kind of, that's the nature of the map we're on, and we've only got 2 fields. Anything there? Can't afford it. We'll need a sprayer. We've learnt the subsoiler doesn't kill the weeds. Could do with a bigger tractor along the way, but our Fent doesn't go any bigger. 303. It's one of these we have. So just stop going looking at stuff you don't really want, and then you forget what you were in here for in the first place. There's a planter. It's only 5.2 meters wide. We're going to go with the Sky Agri one anyway from the pack. Nothing there. I keep meaning to buy something like that, but I know the last time I had one on Game Save, I hardly used it. It just sat there the whole time. So for that reason, it's 6,000 I don't want to spend. Anyway, guys, episode number 4 from along the Kiel Canal. Sorry it was all just contracts, but that's the nature of it. Okay, we did put 50 sheep in the pen, and we didn't have much else to do on our own farm. We managed to get through the month without actually having to refuel, so we didn't pay double for the fuel. Now, we did use the other equipment for doing the contracts because naturally enough, the cultivation contracts, we don't have equipment big enough to tackle these fields. We will address that. We do need a bigger tractor to address that because we need something that has 340 horsepower, I think, and we don't have 340 horsepower. And I need to see which way do I need to go on the map now. Yeah, I knew I was going the wrong way. Good job I checked. Down to the ferry and back across. So, in the next episode, we're going to tackle, we did put down our silage bunker as well. So in the next episode, we're going to tackle our silage and hay to get them into the cow barn. We'll have to buy mineral feed, and then we're in business to let the feeding robot start making TMR. And that means we can put some cows in the shed and some beef cattle in the shed. I'm going the right way I am, yeah. So, along the Kiel Canal, it's very different than what I was doing the other maps. Yeah, contracts do take forever, especially when you take on cotton harvest contract, but the rewards were quite good for it, thankfully. Like, we got 20,000 for the contract and then another 15 plus on top of that, so 35,000 for the one contract. So with that, pull up before you go in the river, and we should be going across. Barrier? Yeah, barrier's down. Yeah, thanks for joining me again, and episode 4 is done and dusted. Please like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think of the series or my ideas for the series. If you have any suggestions, greatly open to them. More damage on the tractor, we're running hard core damage as well, so it is costing us. The money's coming in, but it's going out just as quick. The contracts are paying big though, so we can't really complain. So for now, until next time, all that's left for me to do is to say goodbye for now. Until then, bye bye.